Hear me out here, Kamaru. Terence Crawford versus the Mexican monster, David Benavidez.
I knew it was coming.
He was the mandatory for Canelo.
Oh my God. Relax.
The possibility of Terence Crawford facing David Benavidez has quickly turned into one of the most discussed subjects across the boxing world.
When you look at these fights, you know, especially coming up, you gotta be realistic. You gotta, you know, say, all right, you know, how big is this dude really is? Because David Benavidez, he can fight his ass off.
Crawford recently earned a career-defining win over Canelo Álvarez, shocking many by dominating a fighter long viewed as one of the greatest of this generation. That victory didn't just add another belt, it pushed him into the debate for the best of his era. By defeating Canelo in Las Vegas on September 13th, Crawford became the first male boxer ever to hold undisputed status in 3 weight classes, after already ruling super lightweight and welterweight before stepping up to super middleweight. The unanimous decision stunned fans worldwide and set Crawford in a league of his own.
And then on Thursday and Friday, when I saw Canelo in the vest, I was like, nah. I was like, no, he's gonna pull it off here. And you know, it was an amazing performance by Terence Crawford. Yeah, I'm gutted for Canelo, but I'm actually pleased that Crawford is getting the opportunity to show how great he is, because his resume hasn't really allowed that. Don't get me wrong, he's got some good wins, but he could have beaten so many more of the elite guys from his era. And now that was a big win for him. He's 38 years old. And that, to do that at that stage, was very, very impressive.
Naturally, after such an achievement, the boxing community began to wonder what was next. Retirement rumors came quickly, with many thinking Crawford had nothing else to prove. He had secured generational wealth, made history, and established himself as pound-for-pound #1. Some felt leaving now would be the perfect ending. But Crawford himself suggested he isn't finished yet. While he admits the long-term plan is undecided, his coach Brian "Bomac" McIntyre has confirmed that he still intends to fight again.
Now people are putting him in the conversation of greatest of all time.
You know that.
You think so?
You know I know.
Okay, what's next for him? You've been training for years. What's next for him? The fans want to know. What's next for him?
Break. Take a
A
break.
break?
Take
Is he
a break.
retired or is he going to keep fighting?
You just got to take a break.
McIntyre said Crawford simply needs some time to relax and enjoy normal life away from boxing. After non-stop training camps and high-stakes fights, he envisions his fighters spending time with family, traveling, and recharging. Once rested, the plan is to return to the gym and decide the next move. McIntyre added that he would happily prepare Crawford for 2 or 3 more bouts if that's the choice. Still, the big question hanging over the division is Benavidez. The 28-year-old has long pursued a fight with Canelo Álvarez that never materialized. Many fans and analysts accused Canelo of avoiding him, unwilling to risk his belt against a younger, bigger, and dangerous opponent. Now, with Álvarez dethroned and without clear direction, the road to Benavidez could finally open.
Call for David Benavidez once this fight is done. Is that a fight that you can see happening before the end of your career?
Look, I never say no to anything. We'll see later. But I'm focused 100% on this fight.
Benavidez, who previously fought at super middleweight before moving up to light heavyweight, is widely labeled one of boxing's most avoided fighters. With his size, power, and non-stop pressure, he excites fans but makes rivals hesitate. Crawford, though respectful, explained why the matchup doesn't interest him. Standing over 6 feet tall and rehydrating to nearly 200 pounds on fight night, Benavidez is a huge physical test. Crawford even joked that fighting him would be like jumping straight into heavyweight.
Would you ever entertain a fight with David Benavidez?
You gotta understand.
I gotta ask you, bro, because I can't, you know?
My thing is, Benavidez is a big dude. Not to say I won't fight him. I fought his brother. His brother was big when I fought him. The only reason why I entertain Canelo is because he's not a big dude. He might be thick, but he's not a big dude. Benavidez is like 6 foot something. Then he gonna come in 190, 200 probably. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, that's a big dude.
And he's skilled.
I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez.
Yeah, I understand what you're looking at. You're like, you know what?
You just size him up.
Yeah.
You just size him up, especially when you're going into a bigger weight class like that. You size him up and you see your advantages.
Adding fuel to the discussion, Turki Alashik, one of boxing's most influential figures, posted about whether Benavidez can still make the 168-pound limit. Owlshick has openly pushed for Crawford to take on more super fights and views a clash with Benavidez as one of the most exciting scenarios. It would match the man Canelo never faced with the man who just beat him, making it a marketing dream for promoters.
He said he could still make 168 pounds. Dude. The
He's
reason why
not
he went up
making
because nobody
it.
wants to fight him.
That's a big dude. And to be honest, Terence Crawford's 37 years old.
It's about merit. Could I get to the generational talent, as he said, with Manny Pacquiao? He's an 8-division world champ.
If it ain't no big name, Terence, do what you do, bro.
It's not that Crawford avoids dangerous opponents, his pursuit of Canelo proved the opposite. The difference is that while Canelo is powerful, he is not considered a giant compared to Crawford. Benavidez, however, is built on another scale. And although Crawford has already created history by climbing divisions, he knows there's a limit to how far up he can move while staying competitive at the elite level.
David, do you think Crawford will fight you if he beats Canelo?
Nah, I wouldn't fight Crawford. I'm at 175.
But Crawford's team has dismissed the matchup. McIntyre said flat out that the fight won't happen. For them, it isn't about dodging anyone but about being realistic. Crawford just finished a draining camp and historic victory. There's no reason to rush into another huge test, especially against someone with such a size edge. For now, Crawford keeps his belts while taking time off. Still, Benavidez benefits as well. Álvarez's defeat may finally give him the chance he has wanted for years. Even without belts, Canelo remains a pay-per-view attraction, while Benavidez, though respected, has yet to break into mainstream superstardom.
Man, you know what? If you're going to be fans, you're going to just be fans. You're going to ride with him if you win or lose. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he'll be back. He's still young. He's 35 years old. He still got at least 4 or 5 good more fights in him where, you know, he's rich as fuck. He's generational wealth. So just ride with him. Yeah. Ride with him to the sunset.
So
still a need for Benavidez?
Canelo?
Turkey dropped.
You know, people are talking about it.
Turkey hinted at that. He was like Benavidez.
Yeah, he
Turkey,
did.
So
Turkey just posted that this morning, wondering if Benavidez can make 168. Maybe he has plans or ideas of maybe trying to match up Benavidez and Terence Crawford.
No,
there,
man.
No, we ain't doing that fight. Maybe planning on vacating the belts.
No, we ain't gonna vacate the belts. You know, we just gonna sit where we need to sit for a minute, and then, just like I said, get back in the gym and do our thing.
Anis?
And he don't want none.
154, nah.
From a business view, it almost feels necessary that Álvarez and Benavidez eventually fight. With his loss, Álvarez faces a new reality: he is not a champion for the first time since 2015. For a fighter whose name has been tied to belts for more than a decade, this is significant. Without titles, he is still dangerous but lacks the aura of dominance. A bout with Benavidez could give him back that sense of championship importance.
Alright man, this is from me. Alright man, this is from the war roll, not from me. Alright, so don't kick my ass. The question is, why he ducked the fight against Canelo at 168 while it was mandated by the WBC?
So there was no interest in Canelo fighting me, even though I was mandated. I think they made it extremely clear that Canelo said that I didn't fight nobody, I had no value to fight him. So like I said, I wasn't gonna sit around and be at 168 if I wasn't gonna get guaranteed a shot. They mandated me, but that, you know, Canelo, as he showed, he does whatever he wants. Canelo was never interested in that fight, so that's why we didn't get the...
Of course, Álvarez still has choices. He could chase a rematch with Crawford, but the first fight was one-sided, and interest among fans is low. People may tune in, but it wouldn't feel like a true mega event. Álvarez could fight William Skull or Edgar Berlanga, but those options do little for his legacy. Moving up again may be his best route, making Benavidez the obvious target. As for Crawford, new possibilities are on the table too. One of the most exciting is Virgil Ortiz Jr., the undefeated WBC interim super welterweight champion. Only 26, Ortiz carries a knockout rate above 90%, with 21 stoppages in 23 wins. He has said he's willing to move to middleweight to fight Crawford, believing a clash at 160 pounds would be both realistic and thrilling.
I don't know what he's going to do. I did read something that said he'll go down to 160, you know? And I think that is definitely a possibility, and you know that fight can still happen at 160. And as far as what he's gonna do now, I mean, I don't know. He kind of beat the final boss of the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's kind of nothing. I don't want to say there's nothing to do, but damn, like, I mean, what else do you got to do? he's a 3-time undisputed champion. He made some good money. At this point, he's just a free player right now, I guess. He can do whatever he wants. But yeah, I mean, if the fight comes up, the opportunity comes up, I would love that fight.
In reality, Crawford has earned the luxury of time. At 37, he has nothing left to prove. Whether he fights once, twice, or 3 times again, his legacy is already locked in. Every decision now is about enjoyment and financial reward. Fans may push for dream fights, but Crawford controls his own path. The sport thrives on fantasy matchups, and Crawford versus Benavidez is one of them. But the truth is, size, timing, and practicality often outweigh pure excitement. For now, Crawford stands as king of the super middleweight division, celebrating his milestone win and considering what comes next.